Now, trade union Solidarity says that day one of its two-week strike has already affected FlySafair operations after the airline confirmed that several of its planes have been grounded amid a wage dispute. And this despite earlier reassurances that operations would not be affected by the start of the strike. Now, FlySafair pilots have rejected the airline's 5.7% wage increase offer instead of their desired 10% increment. Now, according to Solidarity's Deputy General Secretary Elkhart Cronje, more than 20 flights were cancelled, indicating the airline isn't able to sustain its flight schedule. So for the latest developments on that story, let's take you now to the OR Tambo International Airport. That's where our reporter Katlego Legodi is. Katlego, good morning. So many people concerned that they may not be able to catch their flights, but give us a sense of what's happening at the airport, given that this is the start, it's day one of what we've been told will be a two-week strike.
A very good morning to you, Sakina, and to our viewers at home. Frustrations really piling up here at the OR Tambo International Airport. You can imagine that as of this morning, there were some flights that were suspended by FlySafair. We're told that there are about 26 of those flights that have been cancelled or suspended going into today. So some of the residents or commuters came into the morning to find themselves frustrated by some of the developments here. It is a wage dispute, Sakina, that has dragged on for about 3 months, we are told, and the union Solidarity is saying that the last straw was on Friday when they could not find each other with the employer under the facilitation of the CCMA. They had moved from a 17.5% in terms of their wage demand. They tabled this about 3 months ago, but we see them move down to 10.5%. That is where they are at this point in time, but the employer is only offering about 5.7%. And the workers are saying that they're not going to be taking that. And we are told that a majority of the pilots belonging to trade union Solidarity, they've reached a consensus to say from today they'll be downing tools. Another thing that is notable here that has frustrated the pilots, Sakina, would be a move by the employer, FlySafair. We're told to lock out some of these pilots, and we're told that that has really frustrated most of them. They have decided that they're not going to be picketing like how we usually see them do it when they embark on strike. This time around, they're going to be withdrawing their labor, so you won't see them at work, and they're saying that this is bound to have an impact going into 2 weeks. Sakina?
And quite a serious situation developing. Is there any indication of some of the other airlines trying to mitigate what is happening with FlySafair at this point, Katlego?
From Friday already, FlySafair just sending out a statement to say that commuters will need to visit their website, this being www.flysafair.co.za, to make adjustments to their trips. And they also were offering the commuters somewhat of an alternative to say if you want to then move and cancel your flight for another airline, you're welcome to do so without any charge of some sort. But we are told and we hear that most of the people have opted for alternatives here because as early as last week, since the negotiations had been ongoing, there was an indication that there's going to be somewhat of a disruption. I'm going to step out of short, Sakina, just to show you what is happening here. These are commuters that most of them would be going, one to East London, others would be going to the Cape Town International Airport. There are others that are going to King Shaka International Airport as well. Most of them would be moving through FlySafair, and you can see that the queues are really snaking, and most of them would be really looking forward to this strike coming to an end. But even last night, we saw a statement coming through from Solidarity, the union, saying that it doesn't look like they're finding each other with the employer, saying that they're frustrated as the workers here. Another issue that is notable here, Sakina, would be them talking about a rostering system that they have taken issue with, saying that it does not work for the pilots, that they are exhausted, that most of them don't have time with their families. So these are some of the issues that they had already tabled before the CCMA that are coupled now with this wage negotiation. But the employer saying that really, when you look at it, it's going to be unsustainable for FlySafair to give them a 10.5% looking at the economy. So it's back to the bargaining here. But as early as last night, in terms of the statement from Solidarity, you can hear that even through the facilitation of the CCMA, it doesn't look like the two parties are finding each other. Sakina.
Well, Katlego Legodi, thanks so much for that update. No doubt we'll catch up with you if there are any further developments there, and of course the agenda taking this forward between 9 and midday.